A desire to learn? I do enjoy a good puzzle, and I believe I have a ready mind.
You're clever indeed. You have the ability to reflect clearly on that which puzzles others. And you've a ready mind, quick to learn. Perhaps you belong in Ravenclaw. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. You belong in Slytherin!
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome.
Oh, looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room. I suppose some introductions are in order.
That is not helpful. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new fifth year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
Indeed. And how did you escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
Might want to think that again. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
What do you think mermaids look like? I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
Ha! You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
I met some of my best friends.
Good morning. I trust you're ready. Well, you are here. Now, in light of your... Especially as you're...
OWLs. Owls.
Yes, you're all... After much... Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action. Walk with me and we shall... This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelia on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide? Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I think I'd have made an excellent...
That should be all for now. And I'd like to...
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb. Happily, your judging by your adept...
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly... My suspicion is that...
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here.
Exploring ruins? Speak of the devil, Professor...
Oh?
Yes.
Ah.
Perfectly good boats.
I wouldn't say I...
Very well. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And in...
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my class, and we'll see if we can't get you to...
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, we don't know where this... And she may feel obliged.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, happily, you have the Speaking of Guy, why don't I show you? Unfold it and have a look. The map is in Chan.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds... You'll enjoy, Mr. Olive. I shall reach out when I have... For now, focus on your...
The potions is dull and charms is dire. Nothing's as clever as playing it.
Is that all you've got?
Yeah.
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Good. Now, well done. Good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy. This can't be your first duel.
All my students with us again. I do enjoy a nice duel. Watch your opponent for signs to attack or defend yourself.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things. A classroom duel.
Understood, Professor.
So, again. Well... All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be quiet if you like, but you know.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was... If you want to get them, whether it's joining us, you just have...
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Perhaps somewhere Look for Luke and Brad. Till next time.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was.
If I could have...
Why does the nymph remind him to finish the lesson?
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Akio! That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential. Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the... Splendid! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. Very good. That's it. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Lisa. There we go. Here.
Excellent control there.
What's this? Brilliant. Let us see this.
Very good. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go. That is how it's done. Do not think I will start going easy on you now. You are not making this easy for me, are you? Be sharp. Let us see this. Yes! Keep trying.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Tuku.
That's good. Well, it's been...
Of course, you can use Accio on
A word, if you would.
If you're so
You wanted to
inclined.
speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exact...
What charm is there in...
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you? Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? I'd wager there's a good deal more.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells.
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get... Regardless, in that regard...
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, now, we've arranged to
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Oliver, you've managed your...
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. Perhaps Sebastian...
I'd like to go with Natty.
She'll keep you...
Rookwood?
Once you've finished, Professor... No time to waste.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new...
Indeed I do. Fixes things right.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
As prophet, a number of you, I have arranged...
I'll start on the... This is the right area. I wonder where the flying pig... Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant!
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice... something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
Hello, looking for me?
Revelio. Hattie, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade. You must be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Good. Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience. I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient ruins. Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it. Hogsmeade is beautiful this time of year. Everyone will tell you to visit at Christmas. But that's one of the few times of year I would rather be indoors.
Not much for the cold, are you?
Oh, I do not mind the cold so much, but it has taken some getting used to. I did not grow up around snow. Oh, wait, over here. I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at, but if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making. Look, from the Forbidden Forest. Hippogriffs. I wonder if something startled them. I heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them too.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students, as the name implies.
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin. I would spend all of my time exploring if I could.
I confess I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls. How are you settling in? I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland, but it is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit. Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it will for you too. Mr. Moon! He is the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon.
Huh?
Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, it looked right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Jemmy, guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Poor Mr. Moon. A demiguise. I think he had too much fun in the village. I will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside of the castle walls, not just Hogsmeade. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you. Revelio.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine at Honeyduke's. I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit. I can tell you that you are certain to find everything you need in Hogsmeade. Professor Weasley said that you need to get... Of course! You should be able to experience Hogsmeade. Enjoy yourself. I will see you soon.
An inquiring mind.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda's student. I take it you've had a...
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
But you will. Of course it is not. Stay the course.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too. Spellcrafts are incredible, but I shall let Professor Weasley... A potting table?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Let's look at what we have, shall we? If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Merlin's blooming beard. Not dead.
I'll be right with...
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful. And what do you think? Now, how did that... A match?
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. Do not be surprised.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me.
Gryffindor was the greatest duelist
House elves are wizardkind's
Revelio. Revelio.
Welcome to Give Them Cushions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. Though I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, you'll have read it on the sign, of course. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some recipes. I'm new at Hogwarts.
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. Is it not the most fun?
Are potions really that?
They may not be as it's your first time. I also offer. But for now, what can I do for you today? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Well, hello there.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Oh, the dittany for Merlin's beard.
Not at all. I'm choosing to see it all as one big adventure.
Well, bro, name's Timothy. I keep the cart.
I suppose not.
In addition to seed, but what?
Let me guess. You're after something fresh.
Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Revelio.
Well, that's everything. Better go. I have everything. I see what you meant about not being able to pick a favorite shop.
We should walk around a bit more. Perhaps today is the day I finally pick one.
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Are we weakening him at all?
Keep at it! We have to wear him down! What was that? Look out!
I was trying to beat him at his own game.
I like it! Do more of it!
Took him long enough.
We need to make sure he stays that way!
Goodness! A second troll! Did you two take on a fully grown troll?
I suppose so. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Merlin's beard.
We are, and we were glad to help.
I'd say help is a bit... If you are unharmed.
Of course, officer.
Singer.
Reparo.
Oh, hello there. A moment if you would.
I will see what you
Oh, good as new. Revelio. Reparo. Luckily they didn't do me damage. Revelio. Reparo. One less thing for Officer Singer to worry about. Revelio. Reparo.
We were just talking about you.
Hello, sir. I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to introduce myself, Augustus Hill, clothier extraordinaire. I should like to thank you for your remark.
I was happy to help.
I own... And, as I suspect...
Thank you, Mr. Hill. That's very generous of you.
It's the least I... now, let's... Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
What an extraordinary... Shall we head to the Three Brooms?
Sounds like a good idea.
Wonderful. Just...
I sell even more battle-worthy items, should you be inclined. Most welcome to peruse my shop at your leisure.
Assuming it is not too busy, you might even meet Sirona, the owner. She is a charming hostess and a powerful witch. Good one to know.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they see us?
I don't think so.
What was that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock is working with Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Sirona.
You be well. Now, what can I... Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Thanks to this one, single-handedly took down a troll.
Is that right? Well done.
Thank you for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the two of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
My friend is enjoying a well-earned butterbeer.
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day. Come, Theophilus. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere. Can't drink butterbeer forever.
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls, Ranrock, and Rookwood. What are you not telling me?
I promised to tell you everything. But it's perhaps best I do that later.
I think that now might be a good time to head back to the castle. I am certainly glad.
And that she isn't intimidated by thugs like Rookwood and Harlow.
I want to understand. Professor Weasley will certainly hear.
Come and see me. I've discovered something in the locket we found at Gringotts.
Revelio. Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you.
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow, like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver.
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock?
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me, and he would have, had Serona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map... It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. The restricted section, to be precise.
I suspected you would...
Shall we go?
I appreciate your... If our experience agrees, I'd like you to work with Professor...
But, sir, how dangerous could the...
Perhaps we are only off. Once you've honed your defensive map, I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
Kind soul help me?
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. As such, handy for lighting and when...
Sounds versatile.
Quite. You may be surprised when you're finished. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Seems Crossed Wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches, I coordinate duels.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite...
How does Crossed Wands work exactly?
You show up. It's our way of determining this... And to like...
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, your first time I'll play... So...
Get me in the ring.
We'll make you regret signing up.
Confringo! You're better than that! Leviosa!
Some big hits that round.
Nice work. Sebastian, there's strong competition.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. And as a very good way to... Again, congrats. Hope to see you back here again.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy? That would be...
Excellent form! Good one! That was something. Nicely done. I'd say that's enough practice.
Thank you, Lucan. Hello, Lucan.
What? Ready for...
I'm ready. Yes,
Ready to get thrashed? Apologies in advance.
Come on. That's all you've got?
Oh, there goes my way.
Act like a winner.
Expelliarmus!
I could never duel like that. Bravo!
I gave it my all.
You did... You... The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
The assignment's all finished.
If only a new student were to help me with...
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate you and that you found success in your endeavor.
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hecat.
Glad to hear it.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. Your spellcasting, I would rather we not end. Let us begin. Concentrate and keep your wand steady. Good work. Go. I've set up a few targets for you.
Might some kind soul help me?
Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
Hello, sir.
So I hear. You must continue. That said. So, shall we proceed?
Fig! I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office. 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But, Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
Do you even comprehend how expensive that room was? Expecting your own belongings is one thing, but that room belongs to your sister, and I'll have you know that she thinks to spite herself. Never mind that you could have died.